The Balance return for a new season of meaningful conversation. Taking close look at the development arena. First angle of introducing 3 new segments. Join the first segment, Chat On. And whenever the chat is on, please grab the opportunity. Join our second segment, Breaking the Glass. Finding out great people that have achieved great things. And we will find out how they break the glass. Of course, our final segment, Walk the Talk. Let's put the talk to actions. That's what it means. Where we will find out so many special things that have been put on social medias, that have been put into talks, but we will find out exactly where the works face. Walk the talk. The Balance Show is back again with exciting interface only on GRTS TV.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Balance Teen Garage. My name is Mati, and it's a pleasure to be back again. Today we have a very special package for you, as we always do. We talk about things that affect young people. We bring them to your doorsteps and discuss everything. Today we have a very important guest in the studio. But before that, we also have all our girls here. So the show is going to be really nice. I know you must be asking where Sophia and Yama are in the setting, but they're in the other part of the studio doing their stuff, and they'll be here to present as usual. But before going deep into the show, we'll just let our co-host please introduce herself.
Okay, thank you, Mati. I'm your girl, Ami Ejala, and welcome to your program, The Teen Garage. Stay tuned and enjoy.
Thank you, Ami. And now to our guest.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Modlavin Keta, and I'm very happy to be here, and I hope it's going to be interesting and we all are going to enjoy this time. Well, I would want to tell Mati I'm not as important as you think. I think you are the important person here. That's why you're in the middle. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. He is also a medical student at the University of the Gambia. Today we are talking depression and depression among young people, depression in teenagers. How does depression, affect the life of young people? We have seen how young people are always depressed nowadays. Our parents are busy working at the offices, selling at the markets. You know, they give the child lunch and school fees to pay her school, but do they really do the necessary to find out how stressed this child is? So today we are talking about depression and what are we supposed to do collectively to reduce the stigma in our young people. So I'll just come to Ami. What comes to your mind when we talk about depression?
Okay, Mati, this is an interesting topic. What I want to say is, or what I understand in depression is that it is something that can stop you. It is something that can stop your feeling in doing something which you were interested in. It can even stop you from doing your normal activities you were doing. So it is something we need. Mostly it happens to young ladies or young girls out there. So it is very important to be we set our minds and be mindful about depression or heartbreak, because depression causes a heartbreak, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. If you're depressed, sometimes your heart breaks. So we should be mindful about that. I will let you move on until the next step.
All right. Thank you so much, Ami. So now we'll just ask Emil, when we talk about depression, what comes to your mind?
Okay, so generally, what comes to my mind when you talk about depression is the feeling of being sad or having displeasure in something or detesting particular issues. And then depression can be mild or severe. For people tend to neglect the mild parts of depression. But mostly, before you get severe depression, you have to go through the mild part. So these are things that come to my mind when people talk about depression, or this is what I understand about depression.
Okay, I think those are medical terms that he will have to break down for us.
Yeah,
Like I said, he might be an expert in when it comes to these depression issues, because he's studying health after all. So we're very happy to have him here. But what causes depression? Why are young people always stressed out and depressed? We have seen when a relationship breaks, young people take it very seriously. I mean, sometimes it even leads them to suicide, smoking, substance abuse, and all the others. But it's not just relationship issues. You can have stress at home. You can have stress with your parents. Like if your parents are not getting along, children find it very difficult in terms of when their parents are not getting along or in the process of divorce and all the others. But we just focus on ourselves as the adults. We don't really look at the stress this is bringing out to the children. I think this is a very severe thing that we have to talk about. So, Ami, what are the causes of depression to you?
Yeah, thank you, Moti. What I want to say is, or what I term as causes of depression are sometimes you can say a student going to school, but then when going to school, sometimes what you leave at home can even make you not to concentrate at school. You leave something at home, whereas mom is fighting with daddy or brother is fighting with sister. So when you go to school, you won't be able to concentrate. Your mind will be at home. So when it comes to exams or something else, you wouldn't even score the marks you want to. So when the results came out, then mom or dad will be like, you were not concentrating, while they're the ones who make you not to concentrate. So it is something we need to be mindful of. And sometimes it can be when you lost someone you love. When you lost that person, you could have a heartbreak or depression, and it is something very important. We should be mindful about that.
So
we should be mindful about it. It
it
causes the
grades to
yeah. For example, when you leave a mom and dad at home fighting, as the Wolof said, sometimes hulo munta ñaka, but then suñu hulo ak xeex ni, we should take out the kids. Comme suñ yaay suñu hulo ni, sometimes dañu dee war di nobotu. So if they hide away from us, then we won't understand. If they do that, we won't understand. So if we go to school, we will be able to concentrate. But then if they're doing it in front of us, it will be very hard for us to concentrate at school.
Of course, that's a very
that's the point I'll bring as it now till we go further.
All right, okay. So MLK, when we say depression, what do you think causes depression among young people?
So generally, I think the causes of depression are many. So when we balance it down, I think it may be personal. It can also be family or societal. So talking about depression that is caused by personal interest or personally, this might be lack of self-esteem and issues relating to that, or a particular person being too greedy on something, because sometimes when you want something and you fought so hard to have it but you can't have it still, that tends to make you look low upon yourself, and this is depression. When we talk about family, like my sister said earlier on, she explained something very important that concerns family and well-being. The life that our parents live at home is very crucial in our development as young people. So that explains itself, as she said earlier on. Then when we talk about society, that is where an important factor comes in, especially school. In our settings, in the Gambia and in Africa as a whole, or the world as a whole, people tend to get depressed by bullying at school, and these are things that we don't pay much attention to, and we have to. So people are bullied at school. That is a type of societal depression. Also, at the societal level, like Sundikandori at Kony or whatever, you might be a certain kind. You might have a conflict with a particular person, or you can have just some misunderstanding with a particular person outside. See neighborhood be. So like you would see that whenever you go out and you meet with these people, the society or the part of the neighborhood that you are not affiliated with, they may tend to be abusive on you. And this would depress you from going to that side of the neighborhood, even if you have issues there. So I think these are basic examples of family depression, causes of depression in family level, societal level, and personal level.
Okay, that's a really important reason. But let's talk about the thing that causes depression mostly among young people nowadays, and it is relationships. We cannot run away from that. People, girls and boys at the age of 12, at the age of 13, have girlfriends, they have boyfriends. So we cannot run away from that topic. And I think the reason why it is too much is because we don't even want to talk about it. It's a taboo to talk about relationships in our society. And I think it's causing most of the trouble. But this platform, the Teen Garage, we are going to talk about relationship issues. We want this to reduce. Like, as a parent, pay attention to your children. You might be giving them everything, but you might not. That might not be their source of happiness. So if they're getting their source of happiness somewhere else, and you don't know about it, if they lose that thing, it's going to bring depression. And you will see the child, even though you'll be trying to bring everything in their lives, but they will just be locked up in their rooms. They will not be coming out. You know, you might be wondering, what is wrong with her? What is wrong with him? Some people will tell you, defa makmota. You know, you really want to, he doesn't want to mingle with people. You know, like, maybe defa sona, defa nopaleko. But, you know, you have to be more inquisitive. So, Ami, when we talk about relationships and heartbreaks now in young people, it's just too sad and too much.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just like you said, as it now, I notice sometimes I do sit down and wonder. You will see a 13-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl dating. When they're dating, their parents will not know about it.
Of course.
So their parents will not know about it. So when they have a relationship problem, maybe when they broke up with their boyfriends, it would be like, "Dama I'm stressed, dama defni, dama defni." A 15-year-old girl, dama I'm stressed. What stress should you have? A 15-year-old girl, nan, dama I'm stressed. So sometimes danga watch a school, so you close, just like you said, you lock yourself in your room. Your mom will be calling, Aisha too far to help, but then you'll be staying inside. But they will not know what's happening. One thing I would say is, swing parents, our mothers, so come swing yai, they should pay attention to us. Comme nekkut ne sa doom danga ko jox mu lekka nga jox ko mu naan nga jox ko lu mu bëgg rek jeex na danga you need to pay attention comme soo ko joxee mu lekka danga ko war a jox mu lekka danga ko war a jox mu naan waaye danga ko war a jàngal aduna tamit xale doo ko lifin rek nga bàyyi ko noonu doo si school bi lañ dee stay ak teachers yi but then sometimes time when they stay at teachers yi moo dee gën a bari sometimes time when they stay at their parents because some of them will be going to work while the students will be staying at school with the teachers so when you come back home you should not relax comme yow sooy dem liggéey bàyyi nga sa doom si school bi wàcca na yow wàcca nga rek place your bag tey dama soona princess let me go and relax yow nga demee relax yow xam loo sa doom ban façon jikko la am you don't know loo xam rek yow sa doom mu ngi dem school some of them will not even go to school some of them will not go to school they will be dodging classes doing other stuff so suñ parents yi they should really be mindful about that dem ñu lifin suñ doom daal nekkul ne comme da nga koo jox mu lekka ni rek lu tax ma wol loolu yëpp it's all under the topic doo ko jox mu lekka o mu naan rek nga jox ko muy solu ak yeneen yi they need all bëgg nañ tamit ñu leen di remind because da nga gis doom boo xamante ne she is 15-year-old but then menstrual period parents yi dañ ko dem ak seen doom they learn it at the school so this is something nga xamante ne dañ ko war di jàngal gaay even that can bring depression the first day you show it so waxut la ko woon ne you're going to see this when you reach at the age of 13 or 14 so when the first day you show it you'll be depressed and be like what is this but then when your mom taught you about it before then if you see it won't surprise you
of course that's really true I mean I've learned a lot from what Amy was saying even some of them will not even go to school if they have stress they will go to look for places where they can actually relieve their stress and if they fall in the hands of wrong people that's the end of it they can even lead them to go on and do sort of some of the things that you didn't expect them to do but it's partly not their fault because the attention they needed from you was not there so Emma when we talk about relationships in short terms
so I think that is very important as you said earlier on and very crucial as well. And I think this is where the part of reading facial expressions come into play. Especially when it comes to the part of our parents, as Ami was saying earlier on. Despite a child being a good actress or a very good actor, there are certain emotions that your parents see in you, no matter how much you want to hide them. So parents have to be more attentive on checking the emotions of their children, just to ensure that they know the particular detail that they want to see. You don't just look at the face, but look deep down, look through the heart. As a parent, you would see what you want to see. So when we come to relationship, I think I have no problem with young people being in relationships because some relationships are very healthy, and I have seen a lot of people who have become better people because of relationships. So it's left to our perspective and how we picture ourselves as individuals. So I don't think young people should be depressed in relationships, although mostly people are, but it's not worth it because we have a brighter future ahead, a brighter picture of everything, and then it is our collective responsibility to learn from the basics of those relationships. But you would see someone would depressed because of something that is not even worth it. Sometimes you get depressed for issues that you cannot even explain at the end of the day. Okay, like lan mo la merlon man sa xawma.
It happens.
Exactly,
it happens.
So, and then I think one solution to this problem of depression in relationships is communication. When we communicate, then we close the barriers of doubt. And doubt also is, I forgot to say doubt during the when we talk about the causes of depression. I think doubt is very important as well because it all starts from doubt, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Those were very important points of reasons that cause depression. Actually, they are too much. We cannot even exhaust them. And we are just telling parents, this is just a small advice. don't just be in the office or at the market. Know your the friends that your child is moving with. It's really important to know the friends. You can tell the child, if you have friends,
Introduce them to
yeah,
me.
bring them home. I want to see them. You know, as young people, wherever we go, you know, we must express how we are. I remember when we went to Yama's house, you know, her mom knew us from the first meeting.
Yeah.
That's important. So if you have friends, take them home. If they are not good, your parents will tell you. Who else can tell you this one is a good person and this one is not, apart from your mom? So like I said earlier, we have Sophia and Yama in the studio, but they were on the other side, right? So we are just going to bring them. Sophia went outside to talk to young people, to interview them about depression, and we found out a lot of them are having a lot of stress, you know. So we will just bring the interview and also talk to Sophia.
Hello guys, this is your girl Sophia. As always, I am always excited to be in the studio. We are, like we always do it, we are not only here to educate but also to entertain and also inform. And then just like you said, depression is actually a very important topic that people need to talk about. It needs to be talked not just at home but also at schools and everywhere else with your friends and families and anybody that you know you can talk to. For me, I will add on to what you guys said. Depression could be more disorder, just like you all said it. You know, having stress, going through so much. It's all come to depression. But Mati, it is also very important for us to realize that going through stress or going through some issues is a normal part of life.
Yeah.
But we need to be very careful when you are going through so much stress, and then always, like on a daily basis, you are going through stress and issues. You need to know that that is the cause of depression, or you might be going through depression. On that note, guys, I went out with my crew on the streets to interview people about the word depression and heartbreak, and this is what they have for us. Hello, beautiful. And what's your beautiful name?
I am Miss Omega Jaga.
Okay, thanks for joining us on the show, #The Teen Garage. So I want to ask you a few questions. If you happen to hear about the word depression, what actually comes to your mind?
I think depression is someone that is not mentally stable, someone that is going through emotional trauma, or someone that tends to find him or herself in a situation where he doesn't expect to be.
Okay, so the next question is, what do you think brings about the word depression in youth nowadays?
I think they tend to find themselves in situations that they are not like used to.
Okay, so the next question is, have you ever been through depression? And if yes, how did you handle this situation?
Yes, I have been through depression, and I manage it by trying to cope with it. I try to associate myself with things that will bring ease to my mind and other stuffs.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Hello, Mr. And thanks for joining us on the show. What's your name, please?
My name is Ibrahim Adabo. Yeah.
Okay, Ibrahim Adabo, I will want to ask you a few questions. Ibrahim, if you happen to hear about the word depression, what actually comes to your mind?
Depression actually is a feeling that someone has, which leads to him or her being sad, or loss of interest in some issues, and it all affects the person's daily life.
Okay, that's a very good answer. And then the next question is, what do you think brings about the word depression in youth nowadays, especially the teens?
Depression, from what research would say, it's something that is a loss of chemical or something, in the body, that the person might lose, and it affects the person's mental or gives the person mental disorder. Basically, this is the main factor that causes depression, I believe.
Yeah, in youth. Actually, that's indeed a very good question. And then the next question is, have you ever been through depression? And if yes, how did you handle the situation?
I don't think it might have happened, but I don't think I've never taken note of that. So it'll be hard for me to say how one fights to get out of depression.
Okay, so the word depression, do you think it is actually something that people should educate the youths about, or it is something that people have to ignore?
No, depression should be given so much concentration. People have to be educated about it because it affects a lot of people. Yeah, so people have to know about it.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. We really appreciate this. Hello, pretty, and what's your beautiful name?
My name is Ami Sohna.
Okay, that is such a beautiful name. Thank you for joining us on the Teen Garage. And then I want to ask you a few questions. If you happen to hear about the word depression, what actually comes to your mind?
Okay, the word depression, if I hear about it, what comes to my mind is something that an individual is going through, especially that it has to do with trauma. Somebody responding to everything that abnormally that is affecting that individual.
Okay, that's such a good question. That's such a good answer. And the next question is, what do you think brings about the word depression in youths nowadays?
As I was saying, is defining it from the definition, it has to do with not having what you want. So obviously you react to it abnormally. So that is what brings to people mostly depression, and it's something that is affecting everybody almost.
Okay, so the next question will be, have you ever been through depression? And if yes, how did you handle the situation?
Yes, I've been through depression and I'm still on, I'm depressed right now. Yes, but it's about being stronger than the depression that you have, being stronger than what is there that is obstructing you to get to where you want to get to. So it's about believing in yourself and then making sure that you get to the point that you want to get to. So it is so obvious that you will have hurdles, you will have obstacles, but what you do is you preconceive those issues in your head and then you walk over them. Because as you go on, the depression will stop. If you don't try to wash away the depression, it will depress you and suppress you from getting to where you want to get to.
Okay, thank you very much, madam, for being on the show. We really appreciate you. We are back again, Mati. All what they've said is actually very interesting and very important. These people have said a lot, and then I know it's really important to know what these people are going through. A lot of people in the streets are going through depression, especially at school levels, and all of those things. So people need to really talk about it. Okay. Mati, I'll give the floor to you to continue on what you guys are saying.
You had a lot of important interviews, and they are all very smart, but you can see that they have a lot of stress. Like one of them said, if I don't have what I want, I get depressed. That's really, yeah. If I don't have what I want, like what do you want? What do you want that will make you depressed?
Yeah, just like I was saying, maybe it's at home or even at school. Sometimes you will want to concentrate at school, you won't be able to concentrate, especially if it is at the senior school level. If you're in grade 12, when we were in grade 12, I can remember when we were in grade 12, by then I hate mathematics. Yeah, when I was in grade 10, 11, I hate mathematics. But then when you go up to grade 12, you want to like it because you are yearning for good marks. So you want to like it. So if you want to force it, you will not have it. So that can even cause depression.
Yeah, and a lot of stress.
Yeah, and a lot of stress.
It should not be like, if I don't have what I want, I get depressed. I think it should have been, if I don't have what I want, I get motivated to work harder. As young people, this is how we should think.
We should be thinking.
Yes, and that is very crucial. If we want to achieve our desired goals, this is how we should be thinking. Be inspired. If you work for something and you don't get it, that shouldn't make you get depressed. Work harder, work faster, and work with intelligence. You're slowly gonna get there if only you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So it's basics too.
Yes. I would also like to bring this point that is it the times that are changing, or generations, or people, I don't know, but parents also need to change along with it. These insane ways of bringing up children, I don't know whether it is the best possible way, but also learn the new generation that we are in.
Yes.
Even if you want to couple it up with the way that our grannies used to bring us up, you should also know how this generation is working in order to be able to straighten up your kids. Because a little thing will bring so much stress on them. And they are not even worth it. They're not even worth it. So if you put that self-esteem in your child, she will be able to go through the world in every hardship, but she will know what to do. Even if she has stress, she will be able to cope with it. Definitely. Until it will not lead to depression and suicide or substance abuse. We've been talking depression for a long time, and I'm even stressed right now. So we just go to Yama. She has a song to play for us, then we'll just be right back. Yama.
Thank you, Mati. I am Yama, and it's a pleasure to be back on the Teen Garage once again. Your topic of discussion is quite interesting. People suffer from heartbreak most of the time when they get breakup. And in this, people get depressed. But getting through this, they don't have to be alone. They have to associate themselves with good friends, family, and loved ones who will be there to encourage them about good things, tell them positive things that they could change and go back to normal life without associating themselves with negative people who will be there discouraging them, making the situation harder for them. And this is something that is really affecting the society.
Yeah.
So you will see in types of depression, people will try to commit suicide, as you said, but they don't have to do all that. They just have to associate themselves with friends who will remind them of all good memories that they will have fun through that without getting all those problems. So here, I found out a very important song for that matter that will help you to know how to deal with depression when you happen to be in that situation. So
Wow, I love
you
that.
can please have the song.
jaar jaaru àdduna bu mu tax ngay bàyyi sa loxo jaar jaaru àdduna bi yëpp ay coono la yenu leen bi yaa ko àttan sa ngëm-ngëm mooy sa kàttan mooy sa doole jàngal àdduna bi mayewul dara lii lay jàllale yaa koy waane yoon bi nii la jàppal teel bul ko baay yoon bi nii la fulla ak fayda bu ci taay dinga weet sonn dinga xiif muñ ko aaye dinañ la jaay doole dinga tumuranke aaye yoon bi lu mu metti metti moo lay def dinga doon yoon bi nii la jàppal teel bul ko baay yoon bi nii la fulla ak fayda bu ci taay
So Mati, how do you feel after listening to that wonderful song?
It's important. It has a lot to do with Jajaru Aduna, right? Yeah. So how do you cope with life situations and
Yeah,
all that? I think
Jajaru
it's really
Aduna.
important. And if people are having stress, they can just listen to the song.
Yeah,
then
listen to the song so that you will know how to deal with life easier.
Life
so
issues
all
and
difficulties
stress.
and challenges you have been facing through in life doesn't mean that you are just going to relax and say that no, I am doomed. No, that's not the end of you. So you have to work harder. So
Yeah,
am
so
okay?
coming back to the song, it was very interesting listening to it, and then I know we all learned from it, and I know our beautiful viewers out there also have learned a lot from the song. And if we listen attentively, we could hear the words of inspiration that she was saying, that is the artist, the words of Gorgorlul, try harder. You know, these are words that we need. These are words that we need to strengthen ourselves. Hang on, like, I said in our local language that, probably all of me. Mata naka so dame mata bi pour stating ko.
Okay.
You know what? Exactly. So that is what I want to say. So this word man I foog ne. Okay. Man yaakaar naa ne. kaddu yii nii buñ dégg si wéy bi mooy kaddu yoo xam ne moo ñuy tooyloo asmata te moo ñuy dëgëral tamit. Parce que kaddu yi duñu demal duñu wowloo daf ñuy dëgëral. So I think you understand now.
Yeah.
I like the way you interpret that
Yes.
song. I mean, I was not even thinking of that way of interpreting the song.
Yeah, the song was very interesting and educative. Comme ganin ko de waxee rek comme woy moom si eete wut am jàngale wut du woy ay caaxaan te man ay naxaate la I love this song just because that she was like jaar jaaru àdduna yëpp ay gom-gom la it means that you need to believe in yourself in order to have what you want so mu ne jaar jaaru àdduna yëpp ay gom-gom la enul yeen bi so you need to put that on yourself and know that this is something you want and if you work for it you're going to achieve it so this is something we need to turn onto and say that this is what I want. I want to be a banker. I want to be a journalist, or I want to be someone working on an agriculture field, or I want to be someone working as a lecturer. So you need to work towards it. When you work toward it, you will really have it. Yeah, you really get there.
The downfall of a man is not the end of his life. Waaye nit yi nag dañ believe ne lu crazy daal lañ believe ne yow come if you happen to get depressed, your life is finished. That's the all of you. So that shouldn't be. You just have to catch up anytime you get depressed and know that you are there.
All right. Thank you so much, Yama.
The Balance return for a new season of meaningful conversation. Taking a close look at the development arena. First angle of introducing 3 new segments. Join the first segment, Chat On, and whenever the chat is on, please grab the opportunity. Join our second segment, Breaking the Glass. Finding out great people that have achieved great things, and we will find out how they break the glass. Of course, our final segment, Walk the Talk. Let's put the talk to actions. That's what it means, where we will find out so many special things that have been put on social medias, that have been put into talks, but we will find out exactly where the works face. Walk the talk. The Balance Show is back again with exciting interface only on GRTS TV.